If you're looking for your next epic story with overpowered main characters, intense battles, or just some fresh new worlds to explore, you are in the right place. So, buckle up, because today I'm bringing you some must-read manhwa and manhwa recommendations that'll keep you hooked from start to very finish. Moving on, we have Sword and Magic, The Walking Hero. Sword and Magic, The Walking Hero kicks off with a dope premise. Ancient hero awakens 10,000 years later to save the world. Sounds fire, right? Well, not so fast. The manhwa falls flat real quick. The MC is kinda weak and clueless. The princess is OP and basically carries him through everything. Translation is all over the place and the panel flow is so messy, it's hard to tell what's even happening. It feels like a cool idea wasted by poor execution. Unless you're down to switch your brain off and just roll with chaos, you might wanna skip this one. Definitely not top tier in the OP MC category. And last but not the least is I Am Quitting the Hero's Party. What happens when the strongest mage of the legendary hero's party is suddenly kicked out, cursed, and transformed into a woman? Raniel Van Trias, the Ashen Wizard, fought tirelessly to defeat the Demon King. But now, Rania, she's lost half her lifespan and her party. Sounds like game over. Not even close. Rania starts a new life as a professor at Royal Apelia Academy, using her incredible skills to teach and protect the kingdom, all while hunting for a cure to her curse. Unlike your usual OP stories, the battles here are balanced and strategic. No over-the-top solo leveling power-ups. If you want a refreshing twist on hero tales with strong characters, clever combat, and a hero who refuses to give up, I'm Quitting the Hero's Party is the one to read. Blade Note. Our boy is just a regular high schooler till terrorists roll into his school and turn the place into a bloodbath. He's the only one left alive, totally broken and on the verge of ending it all until a katana shows up. Yeah, a literal sword saves him. Turns out, holding it keeps his guilt and trauma in check. Then, boom, he learns those terrorists were actually powerful elites running some ritualistic massacre. So, he snaps and goes full revenge mode. He's OP from the jump, slicing through panels like butter. The fights are pure eye candy. Only downside is it got X'd too soon. Still, it's a banger if you are down for vengeance and badass swordplay. Moving on, we have I Own Infinite Legendary Blades. Imagine being a struggling programmer reincarnated as a prince, Zhao Xuanzi of the Great Zhao Dynasty. You think life's gonna be easy? But nope. Palace politics hits hard and you are forced to run for your life. But here is the twist. The cheat program you coded in your past life is real now. Every year you get a legendary blade and each one is a powerful lady spirit. With a mother to avenge and a loved one to protect, Zhao Xuanji sets out on a revenge-filled journey with his blade spirits by his side. Sounds epic, right? Well, the start had serious potential, but things get messy fast. The MC suddenly gets OP with zero struggle and the female lead turns into a typical damsel in distress. It's not the worst and not the best, just an average ride. But hey, if you want some straightforward OP action with a harem twist, it might be worth your time. Moving on, we have My Wife Is Actually the Empress. What if you married the most beautiful woman in the world only to find out she's actually the Empress? That's exactly what happens in My Wife Is Actually the Empress. Our main guy gets isekai'd into another world, trains hard and becomes the strongest cultivator around. He even joins the rebels to overthrow a tyrannical emperor. After the empire falls, he tries to live a peaceful life and marries a gorgeous girl only to discover she's the new Empress. And guess what? Neither of them knows each other's true identity. This manhwa nails the perfect mix of action, star fighting scenes, and top-tier comedy. The characters feels real, the art looks great, and the humor keeps things light and fun. If you want an OP MC story packed with laughs and unexpected twists, this one is a must-read. Next is Night Controller. Aight, so this dude accidentally strolls into some ancient god's personal zone and big oops and boom, ends up with the god locked inside his body. Now, he's basically a walking divine prison. The world is stacked with demigods, monsters, and old school gods, and our MC, he gets stronger every time he smacks one down. The fights are straight up eye candy. The art slaps, but fair warning, our guy is kinda dense and the translation can be rough sometimes. Plus, it's got that cringe but funny comedy vibe going on. Still, if you're in the mood for flashy god tower action with chaotic energy, give this a go. It's dumb fun in the best way. Moving on, we have Oddey. Imagine waking up with zero memory, a bloody knife in your hand and a corpse right next to you. That's exactly what happens in Oddey. Our main guy has no clue who he is or why he suddenly has superpowers. What follows is a wild chase from the cops, uncovering dark secrets and an intense battle between superheroes and villains. The mystery around the MC's past keeps you hooked, while the slick fighting scenes and solid art brings the action to life. If you love superpowered stories with a twist of amnesia and high stakes, Oddey is definitely worth your time. Moving on, we have Outrageous. I really didn't want to open a training class for Empresses. What if an ordinary teacher with amnesia turns out to be an ancient immortal with untold power? Meet Lu Li, once a mighty immortal, now stuck in the mortal world with no memory. But when he regains his true identity, things get crazy. Instead of quietly reclaiming his glory, he opens a training class for Empresses and turns his 3 female students into a queen of killers, a queen of medicine, and queen of business. Together, they are defying fate, taking on enemies and rewriting the rules of power. If you love OP main characters who quietly build unstoppable team and unleash insane skills, this manhwa is for you. Crazy powers, sharp strategy, and hilarious moments make Outrageous. I really didn't want to open a training class for Empresses, a must-read. Starting off with RX Rare Hunter. RX Rare Hunter throws you straight into the post-apocalyptic world where 80% of humanity is gone thanks to the R virus. The infected turn into zombie-like monsters, some even crazier with superpowers called Rares. Humanity's last hope? A bunch of badass teens called RX, who got powers from the very monsters they fight. Think mutant hunters with dope weapons and zero chill. The art is solid, the action hits hard, and the story gives you that gritty superhero versus zombie vibe. If you're into dark survival, mutant fights, and a bit of that shonen edge, this one is worth adding to your list. Next is we have Life Cry. Life Cry ain't your typical VR fantasy ride. The MC, Lime, plays this ultra-realistic survival game not for fun, but to pay his bills. No OP cheats, no flashy powers, just straight up grinding like a broke dude trying to survive. What's wild? The NPCs feel way too real, like they have got actual emotion. The plot has got slow pacing, but never feels dull. It builds this dark immersive world where even getting your stats means visiting a dang temple. The art is kinda mid, not gonna lie, it really holds back the story, but the vibe is solid. If you're tired of the cliché power fantasy and want something that feels raw and grounded, then this one is worth checking out. Just don't expect pretty pictures.